folks. So sorry. Apparently the mic wasn't working. Can everybody hear me? If somebody can hear me, give me a thumbs up or anything. Yeah, we're good to go? Perfect. Yes, good. Awesome, thank you. So for today's class, we're gonna need 2 long sticks. Sorry about the introduction. That didn't go as well as planned. We're gonna need 2 long sticks for today's class. So like I mentioned, we're still gonna be working on those anterior, posterior performance sling lines. So for today, we're not gonna need a wall or anything, but we are gonna need a pad for us to kneel on because we are gonna be getting into a half kneeling row. And so we're gonna use that in a strength training part. We're also gonna do a contralateral dead bug, all right? And we're gonna go through a full body warm up, but the first part of our warm up is gonna be focused on feet, ankles, and hips. So we're gonna be needing 2 long sticks to start off with, all right? Let's go ahead and get started here. So the first thing we're gonna do is gonna do a little bit of a flow between a single leg hip hinge to knee flexion to an RDL. We're just gonna use this as a way to kind of warm everything up here. So we're gonna start with our feet together, close stance. I wanna have the sticks out in front here. So my arms are at about roughly 90 degrees. The distance of the sticks is, if I place them down here at 90 degrees, that's exactly where you want them here. So I'm gonna start with my left foot down. And from here, I wanna drive both sticks into the floor. I'm gonna hover, sorry. I'm sorry, did you have to go to stickmobility.com? Stickmobility.com. Thank you. My apologies, folks, my apologies. Let's go ahead and get into it. So from here, we're gonna start with our left foot grounded first. We're just going to drive both sticks into the floor. We're gonna bring the right knee up as high as you can, extend the knee, hold for a second, back in, and then you're going to go into a RDL, reaching the hands out. You don't want the hips to open up here. You wanna keep that right hip facing towards the floor, and you're gonna come back up, extend, good. Go into a hinge again, driving that right heel back, keeping that hip facing towards the floor, up, extend, back in, good. Go into the RDL, drive those hips back, reach out. We're gonna come up, extend. Now we're going to the RDL, we're gonna hover both sticks. Hold that position, hover the sticks off the floor, place the sticks back down, up, extend, good, back in, down, hover the sticks. Let's go ahead and rotate to the left. So we're getting some internal rotation on that left hip. Now we're gonna rotate to the right, nice and slow, keep it controlled. Excellent, now we're getting that external rotation, back to center. Place the sticks back down, come up, and ease off. We're gonna switch sides. So I'll actually show this one from the side more. We're gonna set up the same way. Same thing, drive those sticks down. We're not creating a lot of tension, only about 20 to 30% here. Drive the sticks down, bring that left hip up as high as you can. Make sure that right foot is gripping the ground. Extend, in, and then go into a hinge. Remember to keep that left hip facing the floor. Come back up, extend, good. Go into a hinge, reach out, good. Come back up, extend, back in, down, excellent. Come back up, extend, back in, go into a hinge, lift the sticks, place them back down, come up, extend, back in, go into that hinge here, hover the sticks, rotate to the right, nice and slow, under control. Good, now rotate to the left. Keep it controlled, nice and balanced. Good, back to center. Excellent, place the 6 down, come up and ease off. Now we're gonna do here, we're gonna do a reach from a single leg. So we can use the sticks as a point of balance. So we're gonna go with the clock system. We're gonna go with 12, 9, 3, and 6. We're gonna do 3 repetitions in each time frame, if you will, each clock system. So we're gonna work with really warming up the feet, ankles, and the hips. So I'm gonna have the sticks outward a bit here. Again, this is just for balance, so we're not driving the sticks down. I'm gonna start with my left foot grounded, so make sure you're grabbing the ground with your toes here. That left foot should be nice and active. Hover that right foot. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to reach out in front, touch 12. I wanna keep that heel planted. Now from here, I'm gonna reach to 9. So my right leg is gonna come out, reach to 9 o'clock. Good, come back up. Now I'm gonna reach to 3. Hips hinge back, come back up. Now we're gonna reach to 6. Get back as far as you can. Then up again, so you should be feeling that glute activate. Reach to 12. Good. Reach to 9. Good. Reach to 3. Excellent. Reach to 6. Back up. Let's go one more time. Reach to 12. Reach out. Touch with the toes. Reach to 9. Good. Reach to 3. And reach to 6. Up and ease off. We're going to switch sides here. So I'll actually kind of show from the side. You do want to make sure that as we do this, we're focusing on a balance and control in that knee position. Start with the sticks out here. Foot is fully planted. Right foot is nice and active. Go to reach to 12 with the left. Excellent. We're going to reach to 3 o'clock. Good. We're going to reach to 9. Good. And then reach to 6. Back up. Good. Let's go 12. 3. 9. And 6. Excellent. One more time. 12. 3. 9. And 6. Come up and ease off. We're going to take one stick down. Now we're going to work on rotation. I'm going to take the stick and place it behind my mid back, and I'm going to have it at the crooks of my elbows here. And now for this position, we do want to have a nice wide stance. So we want our toes to be pointed forward here, and we're going to hinge into this position. So I'll show from the side. So from here, I'm going to drive my hips back. That's the first part. Get a nice good hinge. The stick allows us to work on keeping a nice good tall neutral spine. From here, I'm going to leverage my hand on the inside of my thigh to push off and get rotation. So I'm going to start with my left hand first. So I'm going to slide my left hand down on my inner thigh and push that hand in, use it as leverage to open up and rotate to the right. Excellent. We're going to come back to center. We're going to go to the other side. Use the right hand, leverage on the inside of that thigh. Good. Switch again. Take that left hand, slide on the inner part of that thigh. Really push. Trying to open up that rib cage, that T-spine. Back down. Now to drive that right hand in. push. Excellent. Let's go 2 more. Slide that left hand in. Breathe. Back to center. Slide that right hand in. One more time. Slide that left hand in. Drive that left hand into the inner thigh. Back to center. Now the right hand. Back to center. Good. Stand up, squeezing those glutes, and ease off. Excellent. Now from here, I want to work on another rotational drill. We're going to take the stick. We're going to have it in line with our center line here. Toes are going to be pointed forward, wider than shoulder width. Now from here, I'm going to have my right hand on the bottom. So my left hand is going to be up top like so. I'm going to hinge back, driving the stick out, creating as long of a spine as I can. Now from here, I'm going to rotate the stick to my left side. I want to make sure my head clears the stick. I'm looking at the floor. I'm going to take my left hand, place it on the back side of the stick, and drive that left hand out to get more rotation. Good. I'm going to grip the stick again, come back to the center, and then rotate to the left again. So make sure the head clears, looking at the floor. Drop that right shoulder going down towards the floor a little bit more. Left hand on the back of the stick. Drive the stick out. Excellent. Place it back on the stick. Come back to center and stand up. Ease off. Take a second. Let's switch sides. So I'm going to switch how my hands are stacked. I'm going to hinge, drive those hands out. Nice and good long spine. Feeling a nice good stretch in that T-spine. Rotate to the right. Place that right hand on the back of the stick. Push out. Breathe. Place the hand back on the stick. Come back to the center. Let's go one more time. Rotate to the right. Drop that left shoulder down towards the bottom of the stick. Place the right hand on the back. Drive out. So now I get more rotation here. Excellent. Place the hand back on the stick. Come forward. Up. And ease off. Take a second. Now we're going to work on external rotation on the shoulder. So I'm going to take the stick, and ordinarily if you have a shorter stick, you would actually just grab at the end and do this. But for the purpose of this, I'm going to grab relatively close to the sticker here, and I'm going to have my elbow at 90 degrees. The tall part of the stick is going up. I'm simply going to bring it over like so. So I'm externally rotating here. Something I want you to notice, I'm gripping the stick here, right? So keep that grip on the stick. I want the elbow to be in front. So I want to have my feet about roughly shoulder width, toes are pointed forward. I want to squeeze those glutes. And now from here with the left hand at about waist height, I want to pull that hand across my center line. So I'm getting more external rotation on that right shoulder. Just going to hold here. Take a second, let it stretch a little bit. Now I'm going to create some tension. So I'm going to pull the stick apart. So lengthen that stick about 30%. Breathe. Should be a light bit of activation, nothing too significant. Excellent. Ease off that activation. Now pull that left hand a little bit more, so now we get more external rotation. And pull the stick apart again, 30%. Try to lengthen that stick here. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Ease off. Bring it back to center. Now we're going to switch hands. So same thing. Tall end of the stick is up. Bring it over. Elbows in front. Right hand's on the stick here at the bottom, right about waist height. We're going to do that same thing. Make sure you're gripping that stick. If it's too much on the wrist, you can bring the hand or a thumb around so you're not fully gripping it. Now from here, pull the stick across the center line, get a little bit more external rotation here. Good. So lengthen that stick, 30%. Breathe. Excellent. Ease off pulling apart. Try to get a little bit more external rotation if you can. Nothing too significant. If it hurts, back out of it, right? Don't want to go into pain. Now pull apart again, 30%. Breathe. Excellent. 3, 2, 1. Ease off that tension and slowly come out. Perfect. Now we're going to get into the strength phase. So now we're going to start off with kind of a throwing motion position. So we're going to be in a split stance position here. And I'm going to have my left leg forward first. Right leg's going to be back. Now, the bottom of the stick does need to be in front of the line of the toes here in order to create enough range, external rotation, where there's sufficient internal rotation tensioning. So I'm going to take my hand, place it on the top of the stick, elbows directly out to the side here. I want this hip facing forward. Now we're going to get all those sling systems. We're going to get the anterior and the posterior at the same time. With this left hand, I want it to my side, on my elbow to the side here. I'm going to bend down and I'm going to squeeze this right glute. So now I get that right glute active here, and I'm going to drive my left elbow going back behind me. Now with this right hand, I'm going to create tension on the stick and try to get it to bow. So I'm going to internally rotate here. And I want to create 50% tension. Breathe. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. We're going to do the same thing again. And I'm going to turn forward for this. Same position. Squeeze that right glute, elbows to the side, drive that elbow back and create isometric tension there. Create that tension on the stick. Internally rotate that shoulder like you're trying to throw. Keep that right glute nice and tight. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Good. We're going to go again. Let's increase that tension. Let's go 70% this time. Squat down, squeeze that right glute, left elbow down and back, so you engage that left lat. Now create tension, internally rotate that right shoulder, like you're trying to create a bow on the stick. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Excellent, good. Now we're gonna switch sides. So I'm gonna set up the same way. Right foot is gonna be forward now, left leg is back. High heel position on that back leg. Reach around, grab the top of the stick with the hand, elbows out to the side. You do not want to have the elbow in front of the body. It needs to be out to the side. Squeeze that left glute, that right elbow is to the side, drive that elbow back and shoulder down, create tension on the stick, 50%. Hold, 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Excellent. We got 2 more here. We're gonna go 50% again. Squat down, squeeze that left glute, right elbow back and down, and create tension on the stick, internally rotate. Breathe. 3, 2, 1, ease off. Let's go one more time. Let's up it to 70%. Squat down. Left glute tight, right elbow down and back, and create tension on the stick. Hold. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Excellent. Good. Now we're going to go to the floor for a contralateral dead bug. So I'm going to be on my back here. Now for the contralateral dead bug, we are going opposite hand to opposite knee. Now, the good thing about the long stick, and I'll actually go here. is that we can actually make it more challenging by reaching up higher on the stick with this arm. So we're gonna actually start with the arm stacked over the shoulder, and then we're gonna incrementally make it harder by reaching up higher on the stick, opening up that rib cage. So from here, I'm gonna have my left leg up, right hand on the stick. I wanna activate this right side by driving that right foot into the floor. And now from here, left hand is down on the floor as well. So push that left hand into the floor, drive that right foot into the floor. Now compress the stick, drive the knee up and the hand down. 50%. Hold. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Take a second here. Let's go ahead and reach up higher on the stick. So now I want to get about forehead height, if not a little higher. Bring that left knee to the stick. Left hand's on the ground again. Drive that right foot down in that left hand. Compress the stick 50% and push. Breathe. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Excellent. Bring that right hand up even higher. Yes, you're going to get more challenging here, folks. Left knee up in contact with the stick. Drive that right foot down, left hand into the floor, and compress that stick 50%. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Let's go one more. Let's bring that hand up even higher. So now we're almost in a fully overhead position here. Left knee up, activate, drive right foot down, left hand to the floor, compress that stick. Let's go 50% still. Hold. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Excellent. We're going to switch sides here. So I'll turn a little bit more forward. Same thing. Right knee is up. My left hand is directly stacked over my shoulder, or at least in line with my shoulders. Driving that left foot into the floor, right hand into the floor here. Compress the stick 50% and push. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Bring that left hand up higher. Right knee up to the stick, activate, drive the left foot down, right hand down, and compress. Breathe. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Excellent. Bring that left hand up even higher. Right knee up. Activate, drive the left foot and right hand into the floor. Compress the stick, 50%. Hold. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Excellent. Bring that hand up even higher. Get into that fully overhead position. Best way you can. Right knee up on the stick. Activate the left foot and the right hand. Push into the floor and compress the stick 50%. Breathe. Hold. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Whew. Excellent. Good. Now we're going to need the pad. This is where we go into a half kneeling position here. Now for this, I'm going to start with my right knee down, and I'm actually going to show it from the side first. Now, right knee's going to be down, left hand's going to be on the stick here. So this glute is going to activate, and we're also going to pull with this left hand. So right hand is going to be up. We're driving the stick down with the right hand. So we're coming this way. So again, shortening that anterior line, and at the same time activating that posterior line by getting the lat active and this right glute. Excuse me. So the stick, and actually, you know what? I'm gonna show this from the front first. So the stick is out to the side, right on the outside of my left foot here. Bottom of the stick is in front of the line of my toes. I'm gonna have my right hand reaching up nice and high. Right foot, I have it dorsiflexed, so I'm driving that big toe down into the floor here. Left hand is gonna be right about where the sticker is, but you can always adjust your hand position as you need to. Now from here, I wanna first activate this right arm and drive that stick into the floor here. Now I'm gonna squeeze my right glute. Okay, keep a nice good pelvic tilt. With my left hand right about where the sticker is, I'm going to pull my elbow in towards my left hip. At the same time, driving that right hand down, about 50%. Hold, 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Excellent, good. We're gonna rotate the stick a bit so it's not all bending in one direction. Now we're gonna increase that tension. We're gonna go to 70%. Right hand's up nice and high. Keep this elbow straight. Drive it into the floor. Squeeze that right glute. Left hand on the stick. Pull that left elbow in towards the left hip. 70%. Hold. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Excellent. Rotate the stick. We're gonna go one more time here. Right hand's up at the top, elbow straight. Drive the stick down. Squeeze the right glute. Pull that left elbow into the left hip. Good, keep that right glute nice and tight. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Excellent, good, good. Now I'm gonna turn to the side again. Right leg's gonna be forward, left leg is going to be up. Sorry, yeah, left leg's gonna be down, sorry. So left hand is gonna be at the top of the stick, same thing. Wanna keep that arm nice and straight. Squeeze this left glute nice and tight, driving that back foot into the floor. Right hand is right about where the sticker is. Good, 50%, drive down with the left hand. Pull that right elbow in towards the right hip. Breathe, 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Excellent. Rotate that stick a bit. Now we're gonna go up to 70%. Left arm straight. Drive it down to the floor, left glute fired, squeezing that glute. Pull that right hand in towards the right hip. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Excellent. Rotate the stick. Let's go one more time here, folks. Last one. Left hand up nice and high. Drive the stick down. Drive the back foot down. Squeeze that left glute. Pull that right elbow in towards the right hip. Hold. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Excellent. Good. Now, we're going to kick the pad to the side. Do not need it at this point in time. We're first going to start off the cool down with slap shot. So I'm going to take the stick, place it behind my mid back here, and I'm going to take a relatively wide stance. The stance is going to depend on you and your mobility. So if you feel the need to either close the stance or widen the stance, that's totally okay. You can adjust as we go along here. So I'm going to have my hands reached out as far as I can manage. Toes are slightly angled out, and I'm going to first hinge my hips back, keeping my knees nice and soft. Now I just want to hold this position here, get a nice good hamstring stretch. Breathe. Excellent. I'm going to rotate the left end of the stick down, place it on the floor in line with my center line here. Now from this position here, I'm gonna pull that stick apart. I'm gonna lengthen it. So I'm gonna activate that upper back. Now I'm gonna drive off of my right leg, sinking my hips back, pulling the stick apart the entire time. Good, now I'm gonna lunge over to my right. Again, sinking those hips back. Back to center. Return back to that neutral position. Now rotate the right end down. At the center line again. Pull the stick apart. Lunge to the right, driving off that left leg. Getting that rib cage to stretch out nicely. Now lunge to the left, driving off that right foot. Feel that right adductor, get a nice good little stretch here. Back to center. Come back to that neutral position. Let's try to get the bottom of the stick further across. Rotate the left end across the center line here. Doesn't gotta be much, just a little bit if you can. Pull the stick apart, drive off that right foot, sink into that left hip. Pull that stick apart. Excellent. Lunge to the right, driving off that left foot. It's okay if that bottom arm bends a bit here. Excellent. Back to center. Back to neutral. Same thing with the right end. Get that right end across the center line if you can. Pull the stick apart. Lunge to the right, driving off that left foot. Good. Lunge to the left, driving off that right foot here. Make sure you're breathing. Excellent. Back to center. Let's go one more time. Rotate that left end down. Good. Pull apart. Lunge to the left. Really sink into that left hip here. Excellent. Lunge to the right. Good. Back to center. Back to neutral. Rotate the right end down. Pull apart. Lunge to the right. Drive off that left foot. Breathe. Lunge to the left. Drive off the right foot here. Excellent. Back to center. Gonna slowly come out. Squeeze the glutes to stand up. Excellent. Wiggle those feet in. Nice and slow. Perfect. We're gonna take the second stick here. We're gonna get into a double monkey hang. Now for this, we do wanna make sure that we are in a good active position. We are gonna be driving the sticks into the ground as we are hanging to activate the shoulder blades. So I'm gonna start with the sticks out pretty wide. I'm gonna have both hands up at the top of the sticks here. I'm gonna bring my right leg forward and I'm gonna have my left leg back. We don't want the leg to be out. We want that foot to be in line with the left hip here. Now from this position here, I'm gonna slowly sink down into that hang here. Get a nice good hang. Drive the sticks into the floor lightly, about 10%. Now I'm gonna rotate side to side, using the sticks as a way to rotate the spine. You wanna keep the hips facing forward and square. Good, other side. Nice and easy. Come back to center. Stand up, and let's switch sides here. So I'm gonna bring my left foot up to match my right and step back. We're gonna do that same thing. Get a nice good little hang. Good. Breathe. Drop the sticks into the floor. We're gonna start by rotating to the left. Good, now to the right. Left. And right. Good. back to center, stand up, and ease off. Good. Now I just kind of want to stretch out the T-spine here. So I'm going to turn to the side. We're going to have the feet at about roughly hip to shoulder width apart. Toes are going to be pointed forward here. We're going to have both sticks in line with the midfoot. I'm going to have my hands roughly about chin height. Now from here, as we actually go into the hinge driving the sticks out, I do want the sticks to come out almost like a Y shape, so not directly in front. So from here, get a nice good position. I'm going to drive my hips back, reach my hands out in the Y position, and actually get a hang. You should actually feel like you're hanging in your hands here. You're gonna feel a nice little stretch in the T-spine. Feel like opening it up slowly. Good, squeeze the glutes, come up out of it, nice and slow. Take a second, ease off. Shake your arms out a little bit. Now we're gonna actually start moving the sticks to the side and then back overhead. So we're gonna go again, drive the hips back, reach out in the Y with the sticks here. Good. I'm gonna slowly bring my hands out to the side. So now we get a stretch in the chest. Good. Bring them down towards the hips. So now we kind of start to get that anterior delt a little bit more. Back out to the side. And then overhead. Good. Going to come up. Ease off. Take a second. Let's go one more time. Come out to a Y. Hinge those hips back. Get a hang. Bring the sticks out to the side here. Hold that position for a second. Good. Bring them down towards the hips. Good. Slowly bring them back up overhead. Good. Come back up, squeeze those glutes, nice and easy, and take a second here. We're going to place one stick down, and now we're going to get into a little bit of a bow and arrow. We're going to start off with the basic, and then we're going to move the bottom of the stick to the inside of the foot here. So we're going to have both feet at about hip width, toes are pointed forward, stick is out to the side, roughly about 6 to 8 inches away from the outside of your midfoot here. Left hand is at waist height here. We're going to start with the hand at waist height and then move it up a little bit more to create more tension and more stretch. So from here, take the right hand up, thumb facing down towards the floor, grab the stick, drive the stick down into the floor about 10%, drive the hips away, that's the first part of the movement. Now you're going to extend those hands out. Make sure you keep a posterior pelvic tilt here so you don't stress the low back. Excellent. Slowly ease off. Perfect. Rotate the stick a little. Bring that left hand up a little higher. We're going to take that right hand, thumb facing down towards the floor. Drive the stick down about 10%. Hips go away first. Extend both hands out. Breathe. Excellent. Back in. Nice and slow. And ease off. Let's go ahead and switch over to the other side. We're going to do that same thing. Hand is at waist height first. Left hand up over the top. Thumb facing down. Lightly drive the stick into the floor. 10%. Drive those hips away. Keep a posterior tilt. Extend those hands out. 3, 2, 1. Back in. Nice and slow. Ease off. Rotate the stick a bit. We're going to do that same thing. Bring that right hand up a little higher, roughly around rib cage area. Drive the stick down nice and soft. 10%. Drive the hips away. Extend those hands out. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Take a second. Now we're going to switch back over to the other side. However, we're just going to make our stance wider. Bring the bottom of the stick to the inside of the left foot. Left hand is going to be at hip height. Right hand comes up over the top, thumb facing down towards the floor. Now the direction that we're pushing our left hand is actually going down. It's going diagonally, not straight out laterally. So from here, lightly drop the stick into the floor with both hands, drive the hips out, and then extend that left hand going down towards the floor as if there's a corner over there. So now you get more stretch in those lateral tissues. Excellent. Slowly ease off. Let's go ahead and switch sides. We're going to bring the bottom of the stick to the inside of the right foot. And do that same thing. Left hand up over the top, thumb facing down. Drive the stick into the floor. Drive the hips away to the left. Then extend those hands out. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Nice and slow. Now, so I just want to finish off with a little bit of kayaking here. So I'm going to take the stick and I'm going to place it across my chest. I want my thumbs to face outwards. I'm not going with an overhand grip. It's almost basically like an underhand. I'm going to take a shoulder width stance. Feet are forward. Squeeze the glutes. Keep them nice and tight. Start with my right hand up. We're going to go nice and slow. I want to drive that right hand through. Don't want any rotation from the spine. Just want movement from the shoulder blade. Nice and slow. Good. You want to feel that shoulder blade moving along that rib cage here. Just loosening up. Excellent. Nice and slow. If you find that you're rotating, reduce your range of motion. Just trying to get some movement in the shoulders here, folks. Excellent. Keep going, nice and easy. Excellent. Now we're going to go backwards. So let's go ahead and reverse that motion, which might be a little tricky. But keep it nice and slow. Keep it controlled. Trying to get as much range as you can without any pain. Hold. Keep going. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Excellent. My apologies for all the distractions in the class. I hope everybody had a good class. As usual, have a wonderful Saturday. Stay safe, and I'll catch y'all next weekend.